right. All right. Here we are. Hey, thanks for joining this morning. I just noticed I still have my morning voice. This is the I think the first speaking I do in the microphone today. Oh boy. Um but still it's a beautiful day outside. And I just felt like being inside and doing some coding, right? Um it's a there's a bit more to that than just that. I have so much fun with Tempest these days. The project is moving along so greatly, and yeah, I just felt like doing a little bit of live coding on it, and with whoever is awake right now, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It will be just a bit of fun together. There will be a live stream, I think, in a couple of hours. Let me check it here. By Steve McDougall. Just Steve. I'll share my screen in a second here. As you can see, I'm totally unprepared today. Let's see here. Here, Steve is doing a live stream, trying out Tempest for the first time, in I think a couple hours, in 2 hours. So when the stream finishes, you can head over there, I guess. So that will be nice. I have to take care of some kids while Steve is streaming, so I don't know if I'll be able to join or not. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it. I'm looking forward to see how how it goes. And yeah, I hope everything works for Steve, because he's gonna have to use dev main, and I am working a lot on there, so there might be some breaking changes that I'm unaware of. Try to have QA catch everything for me, but that doesn't always happen. So yeah, Steve, in 2 hours, go, or 3 hours probably. Go check it out if you have the time. It will be fun to see someone try out Tempest for the first time. That's Steve here. That's what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, today I want to work on console middleware. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm super excited about this. Let's see here. JT Smith, Sir Smith. Thanks for joining live. Hey, that's nice. I don't know if it's because of the time zones and because the stream is earlier. It's always a bit uncertain what the best time slot is. So, but glad you're here. Catherine here, totally unprepared for the creativity to flow. Yeah, definitely. Here's the thing with live streams. It's a bit more difficult to actually get into the zone, because you're constantly checking chat as well. You're having to think about what you want to say and explain. At least that's the way I prefer to do live streams. I know some people just sit down and code without talking, and many people enjoy that as well. It's not really what I feel comfortable with, I would say, to do myself. So I try to narrate everything I do. So like the real productive coding usually doesn't happen during the live streams. But and a good thing of doing live streams is that you get to explain your thoughts, right? And that really helps to critically look at the things you or I did myself yesterday, for example, when I was deep into the zone. And I actually think it's part of the process to help improve it. Hey, Steve is here as well. Hello, Steve. Looking forward to your stream, and I hope to catch it live. And oh yeah, it's super late over there. You should be, well, no, you should just stay awake and be here. That's nice. And Bayou, I hope I pronounced that name correctly, is asking here, is Tempest using Symfony PES library? No, Tempest is not using much, if anything. No, there are a couple of dependencies, but yeah, the idea is that it's something written from scratch as well, it started out as as a learning experience, but some people are getting interested in the project, and yeah, I don't know where it's heading, but it's fun. right now. So there are some people who are contributing, and the thing is growing, and there is so much to do still. But it will be interesting to see where it goes. I definitely don't want to reinvent the wheel everywhere, but I also feel that there is a lot of value in being able to start from a clean slate and not having to drag along a bunch of legacy stuff, right? And it's an interesting experiment to just to learn the things that go into building a framework. So yeah. By the way, you asked about Pest. Where I'm using PHP unit. I've been on the fence about Pest for so long now. I did a live stream with Nuno on this channel as well. You can check it out actually if you want to. And it's great, but there's still like this barrier for me to cross because I have to learn a new API. And I'm not against the Pest API. I just feel like that's a pretty big barrier to take for another syntax, which is better, I think, but it's still just another syntax. There are actually a couple of features now in Pest that aren't in PHP unit, which are pretty great. So yeah, actually, it was a pretty interesting discussion within Tempest which test runner we should use, and I decided to stick with PHP unit still because I just feel like the bigger PHP community is more aware of PHP unit and more comfortable using it. And I want to keep the barrier for contributing as low as possible. And in reality, Pest is used mostly within the Laravel ecosystem today. Laravel is a pretty big part of PHP these days, but there is more to it than Laravel. And so with that reasoning, I decided for now to go with PHP unit, although I think I might switch to Pest at one point, but don't quote me on that in the future. So yeah, Pest is good, but it's a translation layer built on top of PHP, of course. But the most important part of these tools, and that's one of the biggest reasons I'm building Tempest as well, is that translation layer, that public API, right? The user experience that comes with it. That's so important. So yeah. And Steve just says Pest is great, but keep it raw. I'll keep it raw, Steve. I actually don't know what it means, but I have an idea. So middleware, console middleware. This is pretty interesting. This is an idea I worked on past week, and I made a video about this console component, right? Let's take a look here. This one that's loud. For me, it's loud at least. This was such a fun video to make, and one of the things I mentioned there is when you think about it, the similarities between the web router and the console component, or whatever you want to call it, because there's a starting point, a request, and a invocation when you're talking about console commands. So there's a starting point, you match it to a handler, a controller method, or a console command handler, and then you get a response. So that it's a very similar life cycle. It just happens to be in a slightly different context. There's no HTTP request, but there is a console invocation, right? And like those similarities, they got me thinking, would middleware be useful in this kind of setting as well? And definitely it's so useful. So I started playing around with it with middleware for console commands. And let me actually show you here. Oh, by the way, before I dive into code, there is a Discord now. Hey, and Steve is here as well. As you can see, there's a Discord for Tempest. You can find the link on tempest.stitcher.io. Here's the Discord. If you want to join, we talk about all things Tempest related. So I just checked chat here. Tempest testing coming. To be honest, it's not a interesting enough problem space for me. I think PHP unit just does it well enough. So yeah. Other question here, will the middleware be somewhat PSR 15 compatible? Well, PSR 15 is definitely focused on HTTP middleware. which yeah isn't the case here. So this is HB server request handlers PSR. But on top of that, I don't really feel the need to implement PSRs just for the sake of PSRs. That's actually a topic I should spend a whole live stream on, and I don't want to dive too deeply into it. Yeah, unless there is a real good reason to use PSRs, which in case of requests, we use the PSR requests within Tempest, and there are some good reasons for that. But apart from that, yeah, there's no need to implement PSRs from where I stand, unless there's a real good reason there. This is a good name, actually. Tempest. Yeah. So yeah, but it's still no. There are bigger. What is it called? Bigger fish to fry? I don't know if that's the right phrase. So let's talk about middleware within Tempest, because I believe there are actually 4 middleware implementations now within Tempest, and I'm at the point where I am considering maybe I should introduce a little tiny bit of abstraction here. I'm not sure yet, because I really don't want to abstract too early. Keep it simple, right? And there are slight differences between each middleware implementation. So just to name them, let's see here. I need to open a core as well. Let's do it like this. So over here we have event bus middleware, and where's my command bus middleware actually? I don't know where. There was a command bus middleware as well. Hang on. Tempest framework. Let's search here for middleware. There's of course HTTP middleware. Oh, the command bus middleware is still here. I should move that to Tempest core, I think. Anyway, I split the code in a couple of separate packages. That's a whole other story. Let's not get distracted. Anyway, command bus middleware gets a command, an object, right? Can be anything, and the next callable, and it returns void. And here are the subtle differences, because HTTP middleware, it actually returns a response. It gets a request, returns a response. So that's a difference here. And within console, there's an invocation. This should be one line. There's an invocation, which is basically the equivalent of a request, right? But within the context of a console invocation. I don't know what other word to use. So let's say Tempest here. Oh yeah, I should do this now. Yeah. Yeah, so whenever you call a command, right? Let's say, I don't know, test foo. So the fact that you've written this command and pressed enter, that's the invocation. And an invocation is an object here, very simple. It has the access to the argument bag, so basically all the input that's been given to the command. And it has a reference to the console command. It's nullable because one of the middlewares is actually responsible for resolving the command name, which is a string to the right console command. So that gets set within the middleware chain. So let's see here what middleware are available right now. So there's the overview middleware, which gets triggered when you run the console. Actually, let's zoom in a bit here. When you run the console without any arguments, right? Then you get an overview of all available commands. And let's check that out here. So it's called overview middleware. It's pretty simple. So this is my middleware method, and so I check here if there is no command name set within the argument bag. We'll render the overview, and otherwise we'll just continue the middleware chain. If you're familiar with HTTP middleware, this is super recognizable, right? Oh yeah, Steve is mentioning he's part of the Fig now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Steve. There are indeed bigger chickens to cook. Um, so, oh yeah, and Catherine here. My favorite part of coding streams isn't the code; it's the learning how other people think and process similar problems. Interesting. Yeah, I've definitely had my share of of like brain fart moments on stream. So, you can learn from that. Um, let's see here. So that's the overview middleware. There is a method here that renders the overview, but it's just, writing lines to the console. Let's check what else is here. The resolve or rescue middleware. And this is actually the second one. I might make it the first one. This one will check whether there's an argument name, a command name, right? And then it will check whether it's actually an existing console command. And if that's not the case, then it will run the rescue command. And let me just show you what happens here. So middleware, migrate, for example. Oh, why doesn't this work? Here's the first brain fart. Hang on a second. There should be some interactive. There should be some. Oh, okay. Or maybe. Oh yeah. I'm in the wrong package. Anyway, so there's no migrate command here. Oh yeah, this is a bug. I'm like holding my hands in front of my terminal. You don't see that, but don't look at it. Don't look at it. I still need to fix that. But so if you run a command and it's not there, but there are similar commands, you get this option list here, and you can pick the right one. And apparently it's broken. I don't know. Okay. Steve, have fun on the live stream, man. I actually might fix that real quick because that's kind of annoying. What's happening here? It's running, like the moment I press enter, it's running the new command, but apparently it gets stuck. So let's actually check here in my resolve or rescue. Let's dump out invocation argument bag and then get command name. And let's see here. Yeah, it's passing the wrong. Oh, I know why I did that. Oh, that's super easy to solve actually. Let's I made a brain fart. So similar commands. Okay. Otherwise this run intended command. Did you mean? Okay, run intended command. No, that's not a brain fart. And execute console commands. Let's check here. Command name. Resolve. Yeah. Okay, so here's the problem. I need to set command name on the argument bag. I don't know if I'd really like that actually, but let's do it for now because I want it solved. It makes sense. It makes sense to do this because otherwise there will be set command name, and then we'll say this path 1 equals string command name, and let's return self like this. I might need to think about something better here, but let's try this again and see whether, yeah, now it works. Okay, so now I'm running the interactive confirm command. Anyway, let's push that actually, so that when Steve does his stream, he doesn't run into this problem. Fix, what was it called? Rescue, retry, something like that. Okay, Steve, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, Steve. Flaky brain middleware. And yeah, Steve is asking the right questions here. Is that PSR compliant? Maybe we should have like a brain fart PSR, right? And oh, Sari is here as well. Hey, Sari. That's very nice of you to join the stream. I like that. Okay, so we already fixed one bug. Great. What else is there? I was actually just explaining the existing middleware. So there's the exception middleware as well. That happens when you run a failing command. You know, it renders the exception. And there's a help middleware, and this is interesting. So let's open it up here. The help middleware. So up until this point, all these middlewares, they just, you know, they check for something, and they you know, change the flow of the process. But the help middleware, it actually adds a parameter, a help argument or flag, to all commands. And how that happens is just 2 lines of code, right? Well, if you count white spaces, 1, 2, 3, well, 6 lines of code. So let's say help here. Oh yeah, that's actually cool. So these things work together as well. So you have the interactive command, which isn't like an existing command. So I choose one, but I pass the help flag here, and now it renders a very basic help. There's not much to say here, but if you let's check actually, are there, oh yeah, does serve, is serve here? No, serve is not here. Oh well, let's do test help, and you know, it prints out some. I still need to improve this, but it's so easy to do with these middlewares, right? Because they're just in between and they all work together. And so when you arrive in this middleware, you check whether there's a minus help flag or the actual help argument here. And if that's the case, you render the help and the help view probably, and you just return, and you won't execute the actual command. And if those flags aren't present, you just continue the chain, right? So, and then render help is just a bunch of, well, this needs to be improved, obviously, but so yeah, I'm super excited about this. Another cool thing here is the force middleware. The force middleware, if we go to our console config, there are a couple of middlewares generally available, right? So the ones I showed, overview, the rescue one, exception rendering, and then the help middleware. But the force middleware, you don't want that available on all commands, but in the commands you do have it. So you just add the force middleware here. And so this command needs the void return type. So it asks you to continue, right? So let's check here, I don't know, a force command probably, yeah. So it asks whether to continue or not, and only when you press yes, it gets continued. But because we have this force middleware here, we can actually add force and skip those confirm questions. The same works with -f. So yeah, that's pretty cool. At least I'm super excited about it, because all these like features are self-contained classes that we can test. And I haven't written a test for my friend. Have I? Yeah, I did. I have written a test for the force middleware. Yeah, super simple, but it works and tests everything, so that's fine. So yeah, that's I'm super excited about it. It just all clicks together, and as I thought, there are quite a lot of similarities between handling web requests and handling console invocations. So that's pretty nice. I'm super excited about it. And what I want to do is implement one more middleware here on stream. And let's actually check here which one that was. Oh yeah, the danger middleware, which adds a confirmation whether you whenever you run the command in production or staging. Okay, so let's see here. We'll add a test case first. So the danger command. And well, I need to add a new middleware. Let's go here, a new middleware. Something I like as well is that middlewares in Tempest have interfaces. You know, it's in Laravel it's not the case. It's just, yeah, make a class and guess the right method signature. Or it used to be not the case. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something in Laravel now. But you know, those are the little things I like to do better, trying when starting from scratch. So the danger middleware, the danger middleware. Implements console middleware, right? And let's just add, yeah, this one. And so the idea here is that whenever this command is run in production or on staging or not in dev, you need a confirmation window where you want to continue actually execute this command or not. So a couple of things we need. And oh yeah, you can just inject stuff into a middleware as well. So we'll definitely need the console to, interact with the user because we need to ask them something. Console, and then we need to know if we're running in production or not. And I guess I can access it in app config, right? Yeah. So private app config. That's all just injected here. So if app config environment, if it's not local, I guess, well, no, let's say if it's production environment, production or environment staging, right? Ugh, I'm messing things up. Staging. Can I do an in array here? I don't know. I will also just say this console confirm continue. Continue. Maybe let's say error danger. Like so. Do you wish to continue? We can improve this. If not continue, we'll just return. And otherwise, we can just say next invocation. Okay. Steve is saying that I should use in array. Let's first check whether this works, and then I'll change it to in array. It will probably work with in array. Danger, no. Oh, did you wish to run danger commands? Continue. Yes. Oh, why? Yes. No, it's running the wrong command. Or not? Huh? Yeah. I know what I did. The danger command. I just copy pasted, right? And it's the force middleware, and I still have to change to the danger middleware. Okay. And then we'll say this console error danger confirmed. Okay, I'm in production, in development, so nothing happens. Let's now change my environment. Oh, I don't even have an env setup. .env. Will this work actually? I don't know. I think environment loading is done in a framework, so I should do it like this. Environment, and let's say, ooh, that was weird. Environment and then production. Let's sort this. Okay. Danger. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Danger confirmed. Otherwise, nope. Cool. So that works. Let's see here. Steve is spamming the chat. Will there be a turnable middleware? I actually don't know. What's a middleware? I don't know what that is. Come on. Yeah. That's from Laravel, right? Laravel terminate middleware. Sometimes middleware may need to do some work after. Oh, yeah. So up there. No, not yet. That can be, we can improve that. We can add that, might be a feature, but I don't really think it's needed right now. Let's see, Steve, you're so many questions here. Which container are you using? I'm using Tempest container, of course, which coincidentally isn't PSR compliant, and I don't really care about that. Container, and coincidentally is probably one of the better container implementations. I might actually at one point make this container PSR compliant and extract it into a separate package. But right now you can compose require Tempest core if you really need it, but there's more in it than just a container. But it's a really nice container, if I say so myself. Okay, yeah, in array, yeah, in array, where the danger middleware. Let's go here. So if in array the needle is this app config environment, and then we say environment production or environment staging, right? Like so. Yes, there's some weird styling here, by the way. I need to fix that. Let's get rid of error for now. I know why that happens, but I don't know how to fix it yet. And then, yeah, cool, it works. Okay, so we should actually write a test here, right? So the danger middleware is gonna be a pretty simple test. So, well, it's gonna be a test that fails actually, because I still have some to-dos open. Let me show you. So if we test in development, in dev, I don't know, test in local environment. So we'll say, oh, I need to this can be gone as well. Import this one. So this console will say call, and we'll say, what was it, danger command, and then assert contains danger confirmed. So this should in theory work. Of course it doesn't. Oh, me too. There's a weird issue here that whenever I run a new test, I need to run Composer, and this is something Tempest related, and I need to look into it. Okay, so this works. However, so test in production, I guess this one will throw an exception. I know why. So we have to say this container gets app config, and we'll just say app config environment equals environment production, right? We don't have to do anything more. Oh, Composer up. Yeah, okay, but every time I add a new test case, I need to run. Yeah. Okay, so and these lines were printed exception unsupported, and that's because these like these interactive commands, they don't work yet on tests in test environments, which is a good sign because it means that it actually works. But mark test as skipped needs to implement interactive testing. Okay. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I have an idea how to fix this, but I just haven't been able to. PHP stan ignore next line, please. I don't know if that will work actually. No, 29. Let's move it to 29. Okay. Yeah, this is so stupid, right? You add a test that skipped. Well, you know, you can just comment it out. Maybe that's the better approach. Okay, cool. Is this a Laravel 11 project? No, it's Tempest. It's more a possible Laravel 13 preview. It's fine. Actually, there are some ideas in here that I blogged about years ago and that are now in Laravel as well, I think. So that's a good thing. I mean, the whole... no, that's taking too much credit for myself. I didn't drive any change within Laravel. So let's see here. I'm scrolling through a wall of comments. Oh, you're talking about Laravel is environment and enum, definitely. Yeah. Environment is an enum. Should I, for strict mode, should I do that? Yeah. In array true. And let's clean this up then a little bit. Would there be any case where it returned, like it wouldn't work without strict types? Because it's enums, I don't think so, but I don't think PHP would do any weird casting there. But it's good. Okay. Oh yeah, moving the check to the enum. Yeah. There's already is production here. Okay, this is actually better. Is staging, and then let's do it for everything. Is local local staging production CI testing other is CI is testing and is other. And then we can change it. If this app config is environment, let's extract that. Or if environment is production or environment is staging, like that. Good question here. A production framework or a huge, should it be a production framework or a huge toy project? It's getting more and more towards something that will be usable for some projects. At the same time, there is so much work to be done still, so I don't really want to make any big commitments there. Yeah, I'm keeping that a bit vague for now. So some more ideas here, not local. The problem there is, yeah, there's more. I only want to run this check in staging and production. So I can make a method is staging or production, or yeah, isn't local, but CI isn't local as well. So it gets a bit weird. Anyway, I think like just an or statement here is fine. This is actually a great idea. Proceed with caution. Maybe that's even a better name than danger middleware. Caution middleware. I think I like that more. Dangerously so. It sounds so dangerous, right? Caution. Do you wish to continue? I think that's better. So let's say danger command. Let's also refactor this to caution. Caution. And then I need to fix my test as well. Caution confirmed. Like so. Great idea. Thanks. Oh. Failed asserting that command danger. Oh. It's caution command. Let's continue to read through Yeah, this is fine. Through the comments here. Why use in array? Well, there's a backlog of comments here. Yeah, this is a good idea as well. We're like totally diving into one enum. Honestly, this should be in PHP. Like an is function or an equals function, and there are packages that do it. Like, I don't remember the name. Someone will tell me in the comments, and I'll only see that comment 5 minutes from now, and then I'll say, okay, there is a package that improves enums. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. So great. Okay. Are we ready? Are we adding a test that doesn't work, and that's fine. So we have our caution command. Add caution middleware. I meant middleware. Let's also open the docs here. Let's add it to the docs, because that's important as well. So over here, caution middleware adds a warning before running the command in production or staging. That's the wrong. This one. I need this. Yes. Caution middleware. This part will be skipped when the something cautious. That's not a word, but I like it. And then let's actually grab an example here. Danger command. No, it's caution command now. Caution. I know, I need to switch back to production. Caution, do you wish to continue? And we say yes, and then caution confirmed. Let's actually copy this and go to the docs. And add it like so over here. Add some styling as well. It was like this, I think. No, it was in full. No. And then emphasize and underline. I need to have a better way of copying this, but error/error. Was it this? No, it's like so, of course. Cautionable. I just wrote a typo here. It still won't work. Caution is. Something cautious. Yeah, like this, I think. Let's see, Tempest docs. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's caution middleware. And let's deploy this Tempest deploy like that. Steve wants to help with the docs. Definitely, I do need some help with the docs. I don't know if you're talking about writing docs. I need help with that. Or styling docs. I also need help with that. So, but I think Sari, who is here in chat, he mailed me 2 days ago. I still need to reply to the mail. I'm sorry, Sari. He wanted to help out as well. He did some great work on RFC vote. Well, actually, he styled everything here. So he's a talented front-end developer, which I am not. Oh yeah, there he is. But yeah, Tempest docs, they're here as well. Let's check it out. The docs, if you want to, you can contribute here. There's a lot of improvements to be made here. I try to like, if I make a feature, keep them up to date, because otherwise I forget, and then you know, it it never gets done. So okay, our caution middleware is here as well. Nice, great. Did I actually push this? Let's roll this back. Cool. Nice. Okay, so that's I'm actually gonna stop the stream. Yeah, there are a lot of cool other things to do still, but it's a holiday in Belgium, and well, it's not a holiday, but it's we call it the Bridge Day. I don't know if that's the right word in English, but yesterday was a holiday, and the schools are closed today as well. So my kids are home, and I want to go spend some time with them as well. So yeah, this is what I wanted to do on the stream. I really liked it. Thanks for being here, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget that there's a Tempest Discord where Steve is in as well. There is Steve. If you want to join, you can find the link on tempest.stitcher.io. Just the Discord is here. And yeah, apart from that, lots of things to do, but we're making progress, and it's a real fun ride, and that's, I think, the most important. So thanks everyone for being here. Leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.